Hey, welcome to the Stephanie Stevens Show, where I help you discover the power of communication and the keys that unlock the doors to freedom in every area of your life. Well, hello, my wonderful friend. Thank you so much for sharing some time with me today. I am Stephanie Stevens. This is the Stephanie Stevens Show podcast, and we talk about life. Most specifically, we are going to tap into your sacred special gifts and how to find and then use your voice, because you've got a voice and you've got a specific means of communication. And when we can help you become an expert in those realms of communication, you will find new and expansive ways of doing life, and you will find freedom in every area of your life, the better and more efficient you are at communicating. So I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. And I guess I just started saying, hello, my friend, because you're somebody that listens to a podcast, you are somebody that is interested in personal growth and development and really connecting with like-minded people. And so because I believe we are like-minded in that way, I consider you a friend, and we share time together every day. And let's face it, how many actual friends do you do that with? I've got friends that I share time with, maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks. If we're lucky, we'll do a phone call, we'll go out for coffee. But man, to share time together, that's pretty special and it's pretty sacred. And so I am really enjoying time with you. Thank you for letting me into your day. All right, so a couple of things coming up that I want to tell you about. One is I've done a series regarding autism. Perhaps you've heard a little bit of it. In my first 3 podcasts, now let's see, we're on episode 28. On episodes 1, 2, and 3, we talked about life. I talked about why I was doing a podcast. I talked about my professional and personal backgrounds. And then we talked about why I'm passionate about communication and why I believe that communication is the key that unlocks the doors to freedom in every area of your life. And part of my journey includes autism. I have a son, my second son, with a diagnosis of autism. He's 25. So I've been on this journey for a while. So I started a series that was going to assist and aid for those who have a loved one recently diagnosed with autism. And even if it's not a recent diagnosis, and you've been at this for a while, I am positive that you will be able to identify with many of the things that I talk about and share during those podcasts. So I extended that series, and most recently I did a podcast called Autism in the Beginning, Let There Be Light. Okay, that is because in the beginning, it doesn't look so bright. And so I wanted to really provide some not only encouragement, but some very real-time references and resources for you if you are just entering this journey. Then I did the second one in that series was called Autism, The Wonder Years. And on that one, we just discussed discovering this beautiful human being in front of you that you've already found some means of treatment for. You've decided which pathway you're going to take in this journey after the diagnosis. And it's really about those years by which you start to discover who this human being is, that you have been commissioned to help care for and support on this planet for such a time as this. And the third and final podcasts in that series are still to come. They are going to be Autism Siblings Speak. So when we talk about the siblings speaking, I want to hear from my other children regarding what life and their experience was with a brother or a sibling with autism, what it did to their world, how it affected their lives, what the dynamic was like, what kind of special and specific things do they deal with, what did they think about? Did they ever feel kind of left out because we had to focus so much attention on finding resources and assistance for Ben? So these are the things I wanted to share from my children's perspective for you, because if you've got a newly diagnosed child with autism, you will want to hear about how it could possibly affect the lives of your other children as well. And maybe we can both find some really valuable input as to how to kind of shape the relationship and how to assist and support your other children in light of needing to really focus and support on the one with this specific diagnosis. So that is yet to come. I'm just gathering, you know how it is, kind of like herding cats, but in a much more beautiful way. My children are busy. They have incredibly full lives, and I am so proud of each and every one of them. It's just going to be about finding the time to actually sit each of them down one at a time and have that exchange. I can't wait. I know I will be learning things along with you as they speak, and I'm excited, and I'm also a teeny bit intimidated. I wonder if I'll get emotional. I probably will, and that's good. That's okay. But really, I think it's important to tap into how our other children are navigating life in light of that kind of a situation. It's significant. It is. But it becomes a way of life. And here's one thing I will say about my children. I have 3 children along with Ben. They are neurotypical, as it were. Benjamin is the earth angel with the diagnosis. My others are earth angels as well, but I always say that about individuals with special needs. I call them earth angels. It's how I see them, truly. And through the veil, on the other side of that veil, I think, and I know, we are going to find amazing things that are just going to shed so much light and bring so much revelation to what their experience is on this planet. It's so different. And most of them are not able to really, truly tap into communicating what their experience is because of the processing issues, the language processing issues. They're typically not as versed in communicating deep thought or experiences. Oftentimes those are communicated in other types of ways. But boy, when we do find out, it is extraordinary to know how many of them experience life and how their nervous systems process this dimension here, the sights, the sounds, all of it on this planet. So that is yet to come. I'm excited about that. Another thing I want to share with you is a partnership that I have with a company I've been involved with for quite some time. And this pertains to health and wellness. Now, a couple of years ago, I was introduced to a company called Aniva. Maybe you've heard of it. It's been around for a very, very long time, but I got connected because they're right here in Minnesota, and I was on the search. I was on the hunt for something. See, what happened was, over the course of Ben and his journey with health and his diagnosis of autism, there were times where it looked like he was having seizure episodes. Now, this is not uncommon for individuals on the spectrum. In fact, I believe I read that about 80% of everyone on the autism spectrum at some point in time experiences something that looks like or presents like seizure activity. It may or may not be, but that's not uncommon because of all that's happening neurologically with them. So I was experiencing a phase of this with my Benjamin again, and he experienced his first episodes when he was 8 years old. Did the whole battery of neurological tests, worked with a neurologist, the whole thing, could not pinpoint exactly what it was because they could not find an epileptic seizure. They couldn't find seizure activity when they did the vast amounts of testing, and so they couldn't diagnose a seizure disorder. So they have to actually find seizure activity during the testing phases in order to be able to diagnose it, so they could not. So years and years and years passed, and then a handful of years ago it happened again. And he would be doing something, and then he would sort of just look like he was fainting. So we really got concerned, me and my other children, and I took him in again for another battery of tests. You know, like the MRIs, the scans, the EEGs, all of these kinds of testings, metabolic testing, blood work, we did it all. Couldn't find a thing. So I asked the people that I knew from this company called Aniva because they were health specialists and they work in whole food supplementation. So I went to the doctor. So it's a family-owned company in Minnesota. They produce everything out of Minnesota. It's 2 brothers that came together based on a health crisis that their father experienced years and years prior. I had been introduced to them, and I actually reached out to them and I said, what do I do? They can't find a seizure disorder. Can you think of anything I can try? They put Ben on a protocol, which included some of their products that they had created for their father during his health crisis. These are whole food supplementation, whole food supplements, okay? All fruits and vegetables, cold pressed. They don't heat, they don't radiate. Why? Because you lose all of the nutritional value, not all of it. You lose some nutritional value when you heat something to a high temperature. In fact, you kill the nutritional value, most of it. Then radiating, of course, is radiation. So a lot of companies clean their products or sanitize products through radiation. This company doesn't do any of that. So I was intrigued. They put him on a protocol. I said, what the heck? I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. Here's what I will tell you. We have been consistent with the liquid whole food supplementation ever since, and we have not had another episode. We have not had an episode that looks like that seizure or presented like that seizure since we started the protocol. Now that's my personal experience and I get to share it. So I am. So I decided that when I was doing this podcast, because I already take some of their products and I share them with other people, I so believe in the product. They have changed our personal health. I have my own personal testimony with my son. Therefore, of course, I'm going to share. When there's a good thing, you share it. So I want to share with you this company because they have offered a promotional code if you're ever interested in trying it. So their name is Aniva. You would find them at aniva.com. And again, just real quick, this is whole food supplementation. It's not like most other things. Most of it is liquid in form. And it's the bottom line is daily nutritional foundation. You get your super infrastructure of vitamins and mineral nutrients. It's our daily nutritional foundation, helps us look great, feel great, gives us energy. What I love most about the products is they are pure and clean. Every fruit and vegetable they use is non-GMO harvested. It's vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors or flavors. All right, the key ingredients, now remember these are whole foods, fruits and vegetables. The key ingredients are 30 or more fruits, vegetables, and then other superfoods and plant extracts, 32 vitamins and minerals, plus antioxidants. Yes, this is all formulated by a doctor. It's the MD, one of the brothers who founded the company. And there are 4 powerful health blends in every serving of the supplement. You take an ounce a day. And the health blends include immunity, brain, heart, skin, and collagen. Okay, in the immune blend, there are things like elderberry, orange, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, a whole bunch more. In the collagen boosting blend, there's this little formula called Colmax, and it contains nutrients for collagen health. And then there's an antioxidant cellular defense. This supports brain, body, and this is all independently tested. In fact, the scientific studies done have demonstrated that these nutrients, these very specific hand-picked selected nutrients, actually support healthy DNA. And then in every serving, there's also a heart health blend. And this contains things like D-ribose and L-carnitine and malic acid, CoQ10, all sorts of things to help cardiovascular support and health. Cholesterol health is included as well, homeocysteine levels, blood pressure and energy production, all of these things. I'm telling you, there's nothing out there like this. And again, this is 1 ounce of liquid supplementation a day. So of course, I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. Of course, I'm going to share it with you. You are my friends. I share good things, information, stories, you name it. I'm also going to share the things that have helped to benefit my family's life. And this is one of them. So if you are ever interested, please feel free to go to aniva.com, ENIVA.com. And I've got a promo code for you. Yay! They offered me a promo code, which I am through the roof over. It means I can share this and other people can try it and save money on your first order. So the promo code is Pure Health. So you go to aniva.com, and when you check out, if you're interested, you want to try some of this stuff, the promo code for you is Pure Health. You have to type it out, Pure Health, and that will save you $10 on your first order. I think it's of $20 or more. So hooray. Thank you for trying it out. If you have any questions, the company is always wide open for questions. They've got support lines if you want help with a protocol or any information. They are so customer service friendly. They'll answer your questions and help you out. So thank you, my friend, for letting me share all of that with you. So many more wonderful and amazing things to come as we share life together. Can't wait to connect with you on the next episode. Thanks so much for listening to The Stephanie Stevens Show. Please remember to subscribe so we can stay connected and you never miss an episode of the podcast. Oh, and if you haven't left a rating yet, please be sure to do so. It helps incredible people like you find the podcast. We'll see you on the next episode.